Hi, good morning. This is Steve Colgate with Dockside Chats with Doris, and Doris is going to do the next Dockside Chat about a flotilla that we did. Where was it?
We were in Greece.
Greece.
We were in
yes.
Greece. And this is number 3 of our second series of Dockside Chats because we wanted to talk to you about some of the adventures that we've had with our graduates. So we were in Greece. This was 1977. We were still chartering. It was I think it was our second, might have been later, but I believe it was our second Greek cruise. And this time we were able to get a number of boats that had wonderful captains on board. In the early days we used captains because you can imagine going to a foreign land, not knowing how to speak it, not knowing how to get water if you needed it and that kind of stuff. We felt it best. Plus, there weren't any bareboat charter companies yet. So we were lucky enough to get on a 50-foot motor sailor ketch that was owned by Bill and Tessa Pappas. Now, Bill was Greek descent, but grew up in South Africa. He was an incredible artist. He was more of almost like cartoons, but not really, but he depicted the Greek life in a fabulous way. When he moved to Greece, he then started doing this sailing with his wife Tessa, who was British. And so there we were on the boat with them, and just enjoying so much being with somebody who was quite worldly. He had a Doberman pincer, by the way, on the boat, and he would take out his harmonica, and when he played the harmonica, the Doberman would raise his voice really high and start going nuts and accompanying us all. And the captains and their significant others or mates or whatever, they served us the meals and whatever. But there's something in Greece that a lot of people, I think almost all Greeks, pay attention to, and that is their name day. And that is a day related to the saint that carries the same name. And it is a day that saint is honored. So we happened to be on board with Bill and Tess when he wanted to celebrate his name day. And we were in a little harbor off the island called Seraphis. So that morning, before anyone else got up, there were 3 others on the boat, we snuck ashore. And when we got to shore, we found ourselves in this tiny little work shed of a potter. And the potter made things like this. Now, this is, what year did I say this was? 1977. I still have them. We carried them back on the plane along with some other wonderful artifacts from this same potter. But we were there to celebrate name day. And how do you celebrate name day? Well, you don't do it with a cake. It's not a birthday. You do it with metaxa, apparently, which is a wonderful brandy at 7:30 in the morning, and some sweets. So in walks, all of these pottery things are on slanted shelves like this. How they stay there, I don't know. And on those shelves are also little sort of like juice glasses made out of the same thing that I just showed you. And we did bring back 12 of those, but they've long gone, so they've broken in time. And so the potter took down a glass for each of us, quite dusty, by the way, poured metaxa into the dust, and in walked his wife. And she had a white apron on. I don't have it on, but inside the apron, she was holding it up, was a bunch of eggs, flour, and the kind of powdered sugar. And she took out a Bunsen burner. If you're in chemistry class, you know what a Bunsen burner is, just one flame with a little platform on it, and proceeded to mold these little wonderful pastries and cook them in olive oil in the Bunsen burner, put the powdered sugar on it, and there we sat with our metaxa munching on these, and then suddenly Steve looks out. So Steve, come join me and say what happened.
Well, I tend to have a sixth sense on some of these things, and I saw that our yacht,
called Petaluna, by the way, which is Greek for butterfly.
Yes, Petaluna was dragging. And obviously the 3 people aboard the boat didn't do anything about it or know themselves that it was dragging. So Bill, there were a bunch of fishing skiffs on the beach with outboard motors. And Bill just commandeered one of these things. So I need a boat, and he just commandeered this boat and rushed out there and
Mind you, we're full of Metaxa now.
right, and took care of the thing, and then came back. And I guess we were in our dinghy. On
Yeah,
the way back,
we went back,
but he could get out real fast with the fishing boat.
yeah, so Bill saved the day on his yacht, which was a super comfortable boat to be cruising on. And we saved the day for Bill by celebrating with him on his name day.
And it was a great honor for us
Yes.
to be invited. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. So that's our
I
story
think it was his
today.
50th.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, but it's not your birthday you celebrate, remember?
Yeah, but it's his
It's
50th
your
year.
name day.
Yeah.
So that's it for today. We'll tell you more in the next one.